join the army? So I'm asking to you yourself, anybody can join the army? No. So there are certain norms. There are certain education is needed. Norms are there. So recruitment to the army. Recruitment to the army. Recruitment to the army. Now just listen to me. Recruitment to the army. So army. So those who desire to work for the work, who desire to work in the armed force, or those who want to work, or those who want to say to serve their nation, So those who are having a service-oriented mind, those who are patriotic, ready to sacrifice their lives for the sake of the country, and also familiar with the multicultural fabric of the nation. So they can join towards the army. Any citizen of the country, irrespective of religion, caste, class, community, they can join the military or armed force. However, there are certain conditions. There are certain conditions with regard to the physical requirement, mental health, general education, technical knowledge. Physical health is most important. Afterwards, general health. Afterwards, general knowledge, technical knowledge. All these are needed. So in recruitment, so each and every time the recruitment will be there. From time to time, the recruitment process goes on. From time to time, the recruitment process goes on for each armed force. So they are according to the percentage of recruitment of the male population, RMP, recruitable male population, that is called as RMP, and of the states and union territories. The suitable candidates are recruited to the Air Force to the selection of the All India base, and this is done by the Central Airman Selection Board, CASB. Central Airman Selection Board, CASB. Through CASB, recruitment of the sailors in the Navy. They have been Naval Recruitment Organization, NRO, Naval Recruitment Organization, and with the others, even the women have been given a special permission there for the recruitment of the women is also been done in the army nowadays. So that is Women Special Entry Scheme, WSES. So this is regarding the recruitment process. Next it becomes the defense production. So in the defense production, the activities of the defense production are divided into two: private sector and the public sector. The manufacturing units run by the department, and the manufacturing unit are run by the public defense sector. The factories of the first kind manufacture the gunpowder, weapon, tanks, etc. Whereas the factories of the public sector, they manufacture ships, aircraft, bulldozers, submarines, rockets, etc. So here, the important public sector industries are BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, which was established in the 1954. HAL, Hindustan Aeronautic Limited, which was established in the 1964. BEML, Bharat Earth Movers Limited, which was established in 1964. Bharat Dynamic Limited, which was established in the 1970. The important public sector industries these are. Remember their dates and when they are being established. It is important. So our defense, preparedness, and the research and development. So it's very important. Nowadays, I think recently from 2014, so Make in India is one of the new concepts which has been added. Make in India. No need to depend upon the other countries. For what is needed for us, so that should be prepared, or it should be produced in our country itself. So our defense forces have been facing many challenges. For example, internal challenges, terrorism, Naxalism attack. So these are the communal crises, regionalism, etc. They have been forced. So hence our soldiers are prepared to guard the border all the time, as well as the whatever goes in the inside the country, even that also. So our army is the fourth largest army in the world. Our army is the fourth largest army in the world. Our air force is the fifth largest in the world. Our air force is the fifth largest in the world, and our navy is the fifth largest. Our navy is the fifth largest. So beside this, seaboard, the naval base has been opened in Karwar in Karnataka to strengthen our navy. Seaboard naval project. So it's in Karwar itself. Next, DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, which was established in 1958, has developed the advanced earth-to-earth rockets. Has developed earth-to-earth rocket Prithvi, Trishul, Akash, Nag, Agni 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On 9th April 2012, Agni 5 was sent with rocket which could cover the 5,000 kilometers. It could cover the 5,000 kilometers. With submarines and anti-submarines, India has joined the ranks of the elite countries. With the submarines and anti-submarines, India has joined the elite group. Countries like America, Russia, Britain, France, and others. The elite group. The most powerful countries, especially in the armed section. Especially in the armed section. Armed force, especially in the armed force. And especially during the Kargil war, which was fought in the 1999 against Pakistan. Bofors guns were being used effectively in the Kargil war between India and Pakistan. The Pokhran experiment was enabled. Pokhran experiment has enabled India to develop the technology which provides us to ability to face even nuclear attack. Even the nuclear attack. In addition, 55 defense laboratories have been established in the different parts of the country. In addition to this, 55 defense laboratories have been set up all over the country. All over the country. So therefore, armed force, even we should be prepared to lay down our life for the sake of it. Not only our armed force, even we should prepare. Even we should prepare to lay down our lives for the sake of the country. So how many of them are ready to sacrifice their life for the sake of the country? So how many of them are ready to sacrifice their life for the sake of the country? So I'm asking to you itself. Yourself. So many of them are there. Hopefully all I think. All are ready to sacrifice their country. But I'll say a small incident which I have been witnessed. Now, one incident. Kargil Yuddha nadiತಿತ್ತು 1999 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಣ್ಣರು ಅವಾಗ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತು. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹುಟ್ಟೊಂದು 2-3 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾವ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು? 2006 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆದರೆ ನೀವು ಹುಟ್ಟಲಿಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿತ್ತು 1999 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಕಾರ್ಗಿಲ್ ಯುದ್ಧ ನಡೀತಿತ್ತು. ಆ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ಭಾಳ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈನಿಕರು ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಕೆಳಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೋಫೋಸ್ ಗನ್ಸ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂಡ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದಿ ಬ್ರೇವ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಆರ್ಮಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಮಿಯ ಒಂದು ಬ್ರೇವ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಕಡೆ ಗೆದ್ವಿ. ಅದು ಬೋಫೋಸ್ ಗನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೋ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಕೆಳಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವ್ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಬೋಫೋಸ್ ಗನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಇಂದ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಮಿಯ ನಾವು ಅದು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸೈನಿಕರು ಬಹಳ ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಅಂಗಡಿ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತುಕತೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಏನ್ ಕಾರ್ಗಿಲ್ ಯುದ್ಧ ನಡೀತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಸೈನಿಕರು ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾನು ದಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈನಿಕರು ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೀಗೆ ಯುದ್ಧ ನಡೆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕಡೆ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಒಬ್ರೊಬ್ರು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಯುದ್ಧಕ್ಕೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಒಬ್ರೊಬ್ರು ನಾವು ಯುದ್ಧಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ 5 ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹೇಳ್ದ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಅಪ್ಪು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ. ನಮ್ಮನೇನ ಅಪ್ಪ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ರೀಸನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಯಾಕಂತಾರೆ ಆ ಮಾತು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ದ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನಮ್ಮನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದ ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅವನು ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಯಾರೋ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದ ಯಾಕೆ ಅವ್ನು ನಮ್ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಅಪ್ಪ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ನೀವು ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಡ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ಹಂಗೆ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿತ್ತಾನೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಓದಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಪ್ಪಗೆ ಏಜ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಪ್ಪ ಹೆಂಗ ಏಜ್ ಆಗದೆ ಹೋದ್ರು ಅಪ್ಪ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತಿಗೆ ಸರ್ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನೀ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಕಾರ್ಗಿಲ್ ವಾರ್ ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವಾರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ವಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ಡ್ ದ ಕಾರ್ಗಿಲ್ ವಾರ್. So in 1999, the Kargil War was fought between India and Pakistan during the May and June in the 1999. On the May 16, Pak terrorists mounted an aerial attack on the highest area of the Kashmir. In relation to this, the India started Operation Vijay and attacked Pakistan. So when the Pakistan army they started their attack, so in return, right, the Indian army or government started Operation Vijay. Operation Vijay. So the Indian army faced setback initially. Indian army faced setback in the starting. Later in the reinforced its attack through the use of the Bofors guns on 14th June. On 14th June, Bofors guns. So now the Bofors gun and the So Bofors guns on 14th June. Pakistan retreated shamefully. Through this was the minor war. It drew the attention of the whole world. All countries condemned Pakistan as its aggressive nation for the having attack on the peace-loving country like India. This war arose with a sense of nationalism in Indians. Around 30,000 Indian soldiers have taken part in this war. It was estimated that 5,000 Pakistani soldiers have taken part. The Air Force boosted the Indian Army through Operation Saved Sagar. In the last week of July, the Indian Army began its final attack. The war ended on 26 July. The day India defeated Pakistan is celebrated as the Kargil Vijay Divas. At even present today, that day is being celebrated as the Kargil Victory Day in India. Every year it is celebrated on July 26. Every year it is being celebrated. Kargil Victory Divas. So this is regarding the equipment of the army and our defense preparedness, our defense production. So next we'll move towards the second line of defense. Second line of defense. Second line of defense. In the second line of defense, some important defense sections are there. The second line of defense. Some important defense sections are there. So first, write down. Territorial army. Territorial army. NCC, Coastal Guard, Border Security Force, Civil Defense, Home Guards, last comes the Red Cross. So these are the second line of defense. Question may come, mention the second line of defense. Question may come, mention the second line of defense. So this is the second line of defense. So second line of defense, beside the armed force, beside the armed force, other organization which form a second line of defense, other organization which form the second line of defense. In the second line of defense, Territorial Army, NCC, Coastal Guard, Border Security Force, Civil Defense, Home Guard, and Red Cross. So these are called as the second line of defense. These are called as the second line of defense. So here first comes the Territorial Army. First comes the Territorial Army. So it is a voluntary part-time force. Territorial Army is the voluntary part-time force. Voluntary, not compulsory. Voluntary part-time force. So its service are used only during the emergency. Only during the emergency of natural calamities and the other emergencies. So it was established by a Parliament Act of 1949. The Territorial Army was established by the Parliament Act of 1949. Parliament Act of 1949. The Territorial Army was established. The Parliament Act of 1949. Parliament Act of 1949. So here, it has no professional soldiers. It has no professional soldiers, but only civilians who are eager to play a role in the defense, eager to play a role in the defense and to give the military defense and are given a military training in their spare time, and they are given the military training in their spare time. Only person who is gainfully employed in the age group of 18 to 42, only person who is gainfully employed in the and between the age group of 18 to 42 is eligible to join the Territorial Army. Eligible to join the Territorial Army. So the third Saturday of November, third Saturday of every November, every year, third Saturday of November is being celebrated as the Territorial Army Day. Remember this thing. Every third Saturday of November is being celebrated as the Territorial Army Day. Territorial Army Day. So this is regarding the Territorial Army. Territorial Army. Next comes the NCC, National Cadet Corps. Next comes the NCC, National Cadet Corps. So NCC mainly it is a youth organization. NCC is mainly a youth organization. So I think in some schools there are NCC, NSS are there. So organization of the country. It was established in the year 1948. NCC was established in the year 1948. It was established in the year 1948. School and colleges going students can voluntarily join this organization. School and college going students voluntarily they can join the NCC, National Cadet Corps. National Cadet Corps. So its aim is to develop. The aim of NCC is to develop among the students a sense of discipline. The aim, remember the aims of NCC. The aims of NCC. The sense of discipline, leadership quality, friendliness, and service mindedness. So these are the aims of NCC. Question may come, what are the aims of NCC? Madam, homework it is. What are the aims of NCC? So the aims of NCC: sense of discipline, leadership quality, friendliness, service mindedness. So these are the aims of NCC. So it is a body with a disciplined and trained youth force which come to the rescue during the national emergency. So there are two units in NCC: the senior unit at the college level and the junior unit at the school level. Senior unit at the college level and junior at the school level. These cadets are given various consciousness. Those who have received NCC training, they can join the armed force easily. Cadets who have earned distinction during the training are given seats in the professional colleges. Cadets are given training in the handling the weapons. Cadets are given training in handling the weapons. During training, cadets go to the adventures like hiking, trekking, guiding, scaling, mountaineering, sailing, etc. Students who have received NCT training can secure admission in any defense school. In any defense school. So this is regarding NCC. National Cadet Corps. Cadet National Cadet Corps. The full form of NCC. So next we'll come towards the Coastal Guard. Another important second line of defense. Coastal Guard. So it's a paramilitary force. Coastal Guard. It's a paramilitary force. It is very important among the second line of defense. So Coastal Guard is a paramilitary force. It is very important among the second line of defense. So it was formed in the year 1978. It was formed in the year 1978. It was formed in the year 1978. It protects the interest of the nation. It protects the interest of the nation with regards to its water, coastal. It protects the interest of the nation with regards to the water. So India has been 3 sites, it has been covered by water. So the 2000 attack, the terrorist attack on the Mumbai was one of the failure of the coastal guard also we can see. So next, so India has the coastal line of 7,516.5 kilometers of coastal line we are having. The ships of the coastal guard have been like Patar, Vikram, Vijay, Veer, etc. To prevent the smuggling and the illegal sea trade. To prevent the smuggling and the illegal sea trade. Smuggling, illegal sea trade, and to keep the vigilance on the coastal area. So Coastal Guard plays a very important role. Coastal Guard plays the very important role. So its head, the headquarters of Coastal Guard is at New Delhi. It is headed by the Director General. It has 4 regional headquarters. Coastal Guard has 4 regional headquarters. Mumbai, Chennai, Gandhinagar and Port Blair in Andaman and Nicobar Island. So these are the 4 regional headquarters of Coastal Guard. So the headquarters is at New Delhi. Leaving that, the 4 regional headquarters are there. Mumbai, Chennai, Gandhinagar, Port Blair, and Andaman and Nicobar Island. Next, another important second line of defense. Border Security Force. Border Security Force. It was established in the year 1965. Border Security Force in the 1960s. So even its soldiers vigilantly keep watch over the borders. With the stretch of 15,200 kilometers. 15,200 kilometers of land border we are having. That land border has been protected by the Border Security Force. So even we can say it is a paramilitary force. This is a paramilitary force. Border Security Force is a paramilitary force. So here, the training center of Border Security Force is at Yelahanka in Bangalore. The training center of Border Security Force, Yelahanka in Bangalore. BSF Border Security Force. BSF has successfully prevented transaction of our border and illegal entry of foreigners and the smuggling over the border of the nation. It has been checked by the BSF. And during the threat to the internal security, the soldiers, other paramilitary forces are the soldiers of Assam Rifles. Next, Indo-Tibetan Border Force, Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF. Next, National Security Guard, NSG Commandos, specially to tackle terrorism. Next, Central Industrial Security Force, CISF. Next, Railway Protection Force, Railway Protection to assist BSF, to assist BSF. So all these are paramilitary force. Remember this thing, all these are paramilitary force. Coastal Guard, BSF, and now just whatever I said, all those are paramilitary force. So next we move to the civil defense. Next we move to civil defense. So the main aim of this force is to protection of the life of the citizen, protect the life of citizen. So it also says damages, not to damage the property, to protect the life of the citizen, as especially during the natural calamities, during the emergency. So this activity of the citizen is forum are restricted to the 22 sections or cities. At present, there are 13 lakh consumer protection volunteers, of whom 6.64 lakhs have been trained. That's the civil defense. It's not a paramilitary force. Civil defense. Voluntary people, those who can join and they can take the training. And in the time of emergency, they can part in the safeguarding the nation and the citizen. So next comes the home guard. So home guard, I think you have been seeing the home guard. They are assisting the police. Itself we can see it. Due to the shortage of the police, policemen force, at that time home guards have been taken to help them. So home guard is a voluntary force. It was established in the 1946. Home guard is a voluntary force. It was established in the 1946. It is the great help to the local police in troubling the communal clashes, restoring the peace in the society, and during the election time, during the festival time, and during the fire, etc. At that time, these are the great help. This election, even home guard, they have been taken part during the Indo-China War. In the 1962. And there are 5,73,793 home guard volunteer in India. Next, we'll come towards the last second line of defense is Red Cross. So Red Cross Society, it is a both national and the international organization. In 1920, during the British rule itself, in 1920, Indian Parliament passed the bill and established this organization. In the 1920. In 1920 itself, the Red Cross was established in India. So it's a national and international organization. So the Indian Red Cross is a humanitarian voluntary organization and has nearly 700 branches across the country. Across the state and the union territory, across the country, 700 branches are there. 700 branches. Its headquarters is at New Delhi. The Indian president is the chairman at the national level, and the governor is the chairman at the state level. The Secretary General is its administrative officer. It has an administrative body consisting of the 19 members and a secretary. The president nominates 6 members, whereas the remaining 12 members are elected from the state and the union territories. The Red Cross Society renders valuable service to help to the people during the natural calamities and the other emergencies. Without any discrimination, it helps the sick people and those wounded in the battlefield. The organization believes in 7 fundamental principles. Remember this thing, the Red Cross organization believes in the 7 fundamental principles. The question may come, mention the fundamental principles of the Red Cross. Question may come. 7 fundamental principles of the Red Cross: humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary work, oneness, and internationalism and international. So these are the 7 principles of the Red Cross. So this is regarding the second line of defense. Complete thing of the defense of the nation. So our nation is well protected by the three armed forces. Our nation is been well protected by the three armed forces: army, navy, and air force, and by the second line of defense. So here, the grade of their sacrifice, courage, and the great achievement that they have been honored with the awards like with our armed force soldiers. They have been honored with the certain awards for their sacrifice, for their achievement, for their braveness. So, Paramavira Chakra, Vasishtha Chakra, Veera Chakra, etc. These awards are equivalent to the Ashoka Chakra, which is given during the peace to the citizen. So, last concept, just listen to me, the last concept. The armed force and the international peace. Armed force and the international peace. Our armed force have earned respect for not only serving our country but also engaging themselves in the establishing the peace in the foreign countries. Establishing peace in the foreign. 1971. They have been in the 1971. Bangladesh was being rescued. Freedom was being given to Bangladesh due to the effort of our army, due to the effort of the armed force itself. And our soldiers have worked under the supervision of the United Nations in countries like Gaza, Korea, Congo, Sri Lanka, and the others. It was with the help of our soldiers that Bangladesh could become independent country. So this is regarding the defense of our country. So now, 1 second, I'll show some images. So here the recruitment of the soldiers. You can see the Indian Army soldier clothes examination. So first the physical examination, first the physical test, afterwards the written test. So you can see the images here. How the recruitment, the physical test, how it goes on. So here are the different rank officers in the air, especially in the Air Force. So the physical test. Indian Air Force Airmen Technical Selection. So here are some of the companies. Just see here one by one. So here are the defense production. INS Vikramaditya. So Trishul. Akash. So which has been prepared by the DRDO. Bharat Dynamic Limited, the force behind the peace. So this is the Bofors gun, which I was saying now. Through Bofors gun, we have been won the Kargil war. So this is the Bofors gun. You can see there. So defense procedure. So defense organization. So Airshow, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Kargil war. So Seabird, Karwar. So now the last thing we'll be going to see, which we have been studied in the second line of defense. Just once go through. I'll be saying one by one. So this is Paramvira Chakra, a medal given to the bravery to our soldiers. Indian Military Academy, Ashoka Chakra winners, you can see there. Blood donation. Border Security Force, Office of Border Security Force, ESF. So this is the, I was saying regarding the women's, I think. So this is the BSF Women's Regiment. You can see them. Women's in the, women's, those who are been in the border, especially this is the Punjab border. So even this is BSF. Central Industrial Security Force, CISF. Coastal Guard, the boat of the Coastal Guard. Central Reserve Police Force flag. Home Guard, the work of the Home Guard. So this is Home Guard team. ITBT, Indo-Tibetan Border Force. NSG Commandos. NCC. So the symbol of NCC. NSD Cyclone. Railway Police. Red Cross, Indian Red Cross Society. RPF, Railway Police Force. Saluting to the defense forces of the nation. So this is regarding the whole thing of the defense. So these are medals. Yes, friends. Hope the complete topic has been clear. Yes. Hope the complete topic has been clear. I'm asking to you, students. I need answer. So 38 members were there. Now only 31 are there. So many of them you have been living. For each and everything, don't say that the network problem is there. Only one girl has been taken leave today. Only one girl. Nobody has been taken leave. So now listen carefully. Already I have been given the portion for the examination. So no doubt in that particular portion, I think. Yes, no doubt in that particular portion. So that is the portion final. No map this time. Understood? No map. No map this time. Questions, so that will be question answers will be there. And today's exercise, 20 marks. It's a unit test. It's a 20 marks itself. Don't worry. When the test comes, when the word test is there, you have to remember it's a 20 marks itself. Remember this. And regarding the question and answers, so exercise, complete exercise. Complete exercise. Regarding questions is complete exercise. Now fill in the blanks with the suitable words. Filling the blanks with the suitable words. From filling the blanks, complete filling the blanks and the complete exercise. One word I have to say is complete exercise you have to say. Each and everything it is in the textbook itself. No need to going anywhere. Each and everything it is in the textbook itself. So complete test, complete exercise you have to send. Within 9 o'clock, today evening 9 o'clock. Within today evening 9 o'clock, I need your homework. Understood? If any doubts or any problem is there, you can call or message me. You can call or message me. Any doubt or anything, you can call or message me. Yes, any doubt in the exam test question? I'm asking to you itself. Any doubt in the test question? So be clear itself. So from tomorrow I have to come to school. Yes or no? From tomorrow I have to come to school. So welcome. Welcome to school after 1 year, I think. Most probably 1 year itself. Most probably 1 year itself. So after 1 year, you are coming to school. So heartily welcome to you all. So now, any doubt or anything, you can ask me. Any doubt regarding today's question? Aryan, any doubt? Bhumika, Pranav, Karan, Ratika, Shreyas, Ravani,
हाँ sir.
doubt?
No sir, no doubt.
Okay, Vaishnavi, any
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
Doubts?
No doubt, sir.
So concept has been clear.
Huh.
If any doubts are there, you can message me or call me anytime.
Okay, sir.
Next. So hope I think we can end the class now. You can end the class now. If any doubt is there, you can tell. So I need your homework and inform to your friends also. So I need exercise, complete exercise by 9 o'clock. Today, evening 9 o'clock I need. So anything is there, you can call me. Now I'll end the meeting. So next, the mathematics class will be going on. All 38 members have to join the class. Only 38 members were there. All the 38 members have to join the class.